Hello and welcome back to StarCraft 2 Saskatchewan League. I am hoster Duo Duality, and this is the new matchup between myself, the Red Terran, and the Baron, the Blue Terran. As we saw in the earlier match, he's been having a lot of trouble against Protoss players. However, we'll see how he does in this 2 vs 2 TVT. I guess it's only 1 vs 1. My bad. Whatever. Now, as we can see, that everything's progressing pretty much on. We're all exactly equal. Our actions per minute is actually favoring the Baron due to the fact that he likes to spam in his early matches. However, it should equal out to roughly the same amount later on. What we usually see with the Baron is, once again, heavy defensive play. He's already putting up his wall, supply depot, barracks, and then another supply depot. Whereas I am just starting to put up my own wall here with the supply depot wall as well. As we can see, the actions per minute are now starting to equal out between each other. We'll get rid of that for now. How's that sound? If we take a look at the income tab here, it is favoring me slightly just because I spent that extra amount of time getting the few couple minerals that allowed me to produce that extra SCV and put them out into harvesters. So if you see the harvesters, I'm actually at 11 to 10. Whereas the Baron is already working on his second part of this wall, I went for an early gas. I'm planning on doing a double Hellion Banshee rush because I'm very known for my sky play. I'm very effective at hitting with sky style units. The Baron is completed as well, and so I will not be able to scout, even though that's what I'll try and do. As we can see here, I've been starting my own wall by putting up my barracks. I'm going to want to get my command center up and running, as well as my orbital command, as quickly as possible, while trying to keep him behind. See, he is already behind in gas, whereas I'm starting to equal out. He is higher in minerals right now, which will allow him to catch up in his SUVs if he continues to produce them. Now, if we take a look at the unit production tab, we're both still producing units. We're both still producing our buildings, so it shouldn't equal out too much. And if we continue, take a look at the actions per minute here, he's still quite high compared to me. I haven't done a whole lot. I'm considering down, just simplifying everything, making it go a little bit easier, trying to work out my play while setting up defense. As we can see, both our walls are now produced. I'm starting to attack his supply depot for fun, just because he's going once again for a heavy bio play. We've been seeing a lot of this lately for him within this tournament. It is unusual for him. Oh, and he catches me as I try and put up a supply depot or a bunker and try and bunker him in. I'm gonna just cancel that and head back. Why I'm not doing anything with this SC, I don't know. I think I'm going for an early expand is what it looks like. No, I canceled that. I'm going double factory already. Look that up, trying to get my SCV in. The Baron has started producing Marines. I'm gonna scout and try and take map control, which is very important in a Terran vs Terran game, as well as Terran vs Protoss. You want that map control. You want to be able to see what your opponents do. You want to be able to attack them when they see him and what not. Oh, and he's coming directly to my base. He's going to be allowed to scout it, which isn't going to do a whole lot. I already have the wall up. I've already produced it. I have a Marine sitting there, picking him off. His other Marine is looking for another expansion. Perhaps he believes I originally was up here, but I'm not. He's sending his Marine back. I've already put my double factory up. If we take a look at the unit production tab, you can see I already have my orbital command up and running. I'm building a tech lab on my factory, whereas Baron is continuing to produce Marines. And, oh, he has a tech lab going down on here. We'll probably see some Marauders be popping out of here. As for this place right here, he's putting down a factory. Knowing Baron, he's going to go siege tanks. He's going to go Hellions. He's going to go something heavy mech to complement his styles. Knowing him, probably siege tanks, I'd say. But in all reality, it's going to be Hellions. As we can see, the tech lab's going down the second one already. I have my starport going down. I've sent my Marine out to try and see what's going on. Well, there we go. Blue Flame is being produced. Double Hellions from factories going to be produced. Baron's already searching stim. His factory's going down as well. We can see another barracks going down. Very heavy play. Very heavy bio play. As I've stated, lately he's been going more into that 3 racks openers. And he just lost a Marine. So if we look at the units lost tab, not a whole lot. 1 Marine, big whoop. I have lost already 100 resources though because I did not cancel that bunker. So I am actually behind. And I have my 2 Hellions out right now. I'm producing a medevac as well. I'm going to go for a drop while I produce an extra Hellion and then switch it open. He's coming. He's pushing out a bit. He has a bunch of Marines here. I have 1 Marine poking around, still trying to see what's going on. I lost that Marine. I have a Marine. I have the watchtower, so once he moves out, I'll be able to tell what he's doing. If we take a look down here, I'm scanning to see. I can see the starport. I know I need to move out quick, and I need to move out now, so I fill up my medevac. I'm going to produce 1 more blue flame and send him out. Now, Baron has left his base open over here. As you can see, it's a very easy, especially in Terran vs. Terran games, to go around and make a drop here if it's not protected. You want to keep your back. There's nothing here to protect his SAVs, and that is exactly what I've been hoping for. So I sent my guy out. While I switch this over, I'm going straight up to Banshees now. I need some heavy damage dealers. As Baron is... Oh, he did go Hellions. He's building Hellions and a Reaper. Reapers are very good if you can produce them. Hit them hard, hit them in the correct thing. As you can see, and I made the drop. How's Baron reacting? Is he sending his units or not? He doesn't seem to know. Oh, there he goes. But it's too late. I'm already in his middle line. 1, 2. Oh, there goes another one. As we can see, he's firing. He's microing. He stopped him. That is a horrible misclick on Baron. He's going to lose so many SCVs. Oh my, that is large economic loss there. Large. And I even managed to save it. If we take a look at the units lost tab. Units killed. Control R. There we go. I have killed 12 workers, which is substantial. You do not want to lose that many workers off the bat, especially in a Terran vs. Terran game where you're so evenly matched. I'm already starting to produce additional Hellions. I got a Banshee on the way. Baron needs to hit me back hard and needs to hit me back now in order to keep the pressure on. In order, he has to do some damage. Has to be able to push back, take me out, put me on my heels. He needs to do this damage. Otherwise, I'm going to have such a large economic advantage against him. As you can see, my command center is already being built. And there he goes. He's destroyed 1 of my Hellions. He's coming up. Is he going to go for a push? Or is he just going to fold back? Oh, he took out my medevac as well. That is a loss, but it's not as big as a loss due to the fact I'm not going heavy bio. As you can see, my Banshee's already up. Banshees are high damage per second units. Excellent at taking out units, especially when coupled with Hellions to take out the Marines, any anti-air, that kind of way. As I micro my Marines, I'm able to get a few shots off, do some serious damage to him. As I produce another Hellion, I'm microing. I'm able to pick off some of the other units. He's trying to run away. There goes. Am I going to lose this? I do lose this Banshee, so it is quite a high resource hit. However, with the Baron push defeated, I am able to expand. I have 4 Hellions. If he does not watch it, he's going to lose. Take a look at the actions per minute. My micro is much higher at this present moment. There goes 1, 2 units, 3 units. And I have just too many Hellions for that 1 Marauder to take. They're already going to go down. I'm going to push into his base. Baron needs to cancel this in order to keep his resources up. In order to keep me from pushing in that much harder, he needs a larger army. He needs to switch to tanks. He's just continuing to produce Hellions, Raiders, Marauders. I see a Viking. He's trying to counter my my Banshee. Take a look at the unit production tab while this is going on. It's devastating loss. Those blue flames have just so much reach with that initial shot. I've switched one of my my starports into a reactor. Seeing that he has Banshees, I'm going to start producing double Viking. Seeing that he has Vikings, I'm going to start producing double Vikings to counter that. I've already expanded. I have 1 high damage per second Viking down. I'm getting cloak. I'm actually starting to produce tanks now, so I can start to bombard this wall down to get my guys in to be able to do some damage. Whereas the Baron, he doesn't know quite what he's doing. He's trying to mine. He's putting up extra defenses. He has a bunker there. He's going to try and stop any additional drops now that he has Viking patrolling here. It's a very good tactic. It's cheaper than a missile turret in the long run because you can get multiple shots. I've double scanned to see what's going on. I have my Viking here. My Banshee here. I see that Viking patrolling. I decide, it's not worth it, so I pull back. Over here, we have my 2 tanks coming out, as well as the Banshee. Overall, this entire game, ever since that initial hit, Baron has just been playing catch-up, It's hard to come back from such a heavy loss at such an early game. So if you take anything away from this, protect your resources. Protect them hard. Because if you don't, you're going to lose them. I am just starting to research siege technology, so I'm just starting to get it. Baron is trying to micro with these Banshees here. I'm able to see up to the high ground, so I can take a pot shot or two. Good micro by me, pulling back my Banshees, getting another unit taken down by the Baron. He's trying as hard as he can to produce siege technology and some tanks so I can just siege, and I already have cloak. So he needs to be able to scan here to take me out, but what is he doing? He's leaving me. Am I going to pick off that tank? No, but I will save my Banshees. As I pull back, he's going heavy. Oh, at least one Banshee. Unit loss tab is now still favoring me. Here's my double Vikings. Production. We can see, if we take a look at the unit tab here, I just have a larger army of heavier units. I have siege technology now. Those tanks can start blasting away. That opens it up for my Hellions to go in. If he does not rush down here and take out these tanks, I'm just going to waltz in and be able to take out his expansion. My production, I have another Banshee and 2 more tanks for me. He's producing missile turrets in a hope to keep my Banshees away. He knows how much I use heavy Banshees, but I know how he plays, and so I've been trying to pull back from that as of late. Little skirmish, he's pulling back. He's trying to keep his building alive as long as possible. He's building a command center back here. He's planning to float it away, I'm assuming, somewhere up here in order to keep... And there's the push. We talked, but it's too little too late. I have 2 tanks in better positioning. I just wiped out his forces and I'm pushing into his base right now. I noticed that there's nothing left, so I'm going to go try and take out as many of these SCVs as possible. I have tanks in there now. They're hammering away, easily taking out any resisting forces. He's trying to send his Marines to take me out, but that's just not going to be enough. Now comes the SUVs. If I don't be careful here, my tanks will fall, so I pull them back. My Banshee popping away here, tanks hitting the high ground. This is now complete. The Baron will probably float that away in order to try and get a base up, but it's going to be too little too late. There's too much damage down. I'm too far ahead. I already have my second expansion mining here. More supply depots being produced. He's producing SCVs in order to try and get them away. And there, like we said, he's pulling off. And he's lifting off the rest of his buildings, trying to get away. But I already have Vikings in the air. I'm starting to pick everything off that I can. I'm starting to siege, let my tanks clean up all resistance that's left here. There's not a whole lot he can do to them. So I just got to concentrate on finding the bases and taking them out. And there's the GG. Baron knows it's over. He's just trying to prolong it as long as possible. And there, oh, and an SUV attack takes out a tank. But the rest of them fall quite simply and easily to the rest of the SUVs. The Vikings are being produced. There goes Baron's base is down. He's trying to produce units as fast as he can. You can see another 2 Vikings. A Banshee and a Hellion on the way for me. He's producing 1 Marine and trying to keep the resistance at this location while he gets his second base up and running. And he's actually going for a 3rd base expansion here, which is strange considering the amount of econ he has is substantially lower. He has so many minerals worked up. Really though, what can he do? There's not much units he can produce. I've destroyed most of his production facilities. This game easily goes to me. He made that critical mistake early on, and that will be the end of him. And there goes his starport. I have 2 more Vikings on the way. I'm gonna go pick off this barracks with the 5 Vikings. I now have complete air superiority, which in a Terran versus Terran match is very important. You can use your air to swap your tanks, allowing that increased range. You can use it to control the map. You can use it to high damage, high maneuverability. It's a really underrated playstyle. I'm just glad I got to show it to you guys. He realizes this is the end. We're coming up at the end. I'm flying my Vikings around trying to figure out where the rest of his bases are. Watch, I'm just cleaning up all resistance here. I don't even care if my units die anymore. And if you see here, that's the Baron. I can't spot anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to look for him. And I'm like, as I control here, I know he has another base somewhere. As to where, I don't know. His APM tower, he's trying to out macro me, but there's not much he can do left, and he's going to sit there and pick off what's left of his units and his army. Oh, and I have located the final video, the second base. I'm just going to land and start picking off these SCVs, and that will be the end of match 1. I would like to say, you guys, thank you very much for joining us. And join us next time for the conclusion of match 2 and 3 before the Baron and Garrett. Have fun!